Hi, this is Sergio Ceballos from New York Steakhouse at Caesars Windsor, today with Windsor Eats, bringing you basil pesto. A simple yet flavorful sauce that requires very few ingredients to make. I'm giving it my own twist here. Basil pesto traditionally has pine nuts as the nuts of choice, but in my case I have a lot of cashews as well as hazelnuts, so I'm using them instead, and that's perfectly fine. So I have 1/3 cup of a mix of cashews and hazelnuts. I have 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1/3 cup of a good quality extra virgin olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic finely chopped, and 2 packed cups of basil leaves. If you do not have a lot of basil leaves in the house and you only can afford about a cup, you can also blend them with a cup of baby spinach leaves, or a cup of arugula works just as well. First thing you're going to do, like we have here, is place your 2 cups of leaves in your food processor. A small food processor works just fine. And we are going to crush them slightly with the nuts. So throw your nuts in there. We're going to process and just give it a rough chop. Want to crush the nuts slightly, and also break the leaves apart a bit. So once you get to this point, add your garlic, add your Parmesan cheese as well. And most food processors have a little cavity for you to add your liquids. Even the small ones or the basic ones like this have a little hole here for you to add your olive oil. So while you have the machine on, you're going to slowly, sorry, my machine is a little loud there, slowly drizzle in your olive oil. By doing this, you're going to help emulsify and create a creamy texture with your pesto. If you need to stop halfway through the process, it's perfectly fine. Let that remainder olive oil drizzle in. Open your lid. And with the help of a spatula, we can just push the basil mix from the walls closer to the plate so they can finish blending. At this point as well, we can season with salt and pepper. This I'm going to leave to your taste. I usually add about 1/2 teaspoon of each. Remember, there is some salt on your Parmesan cheese, so be careful with over seasoning. Put that lid back on and continue with the remainder oil. Alright, just a couple of taps there to let the remainder oil go down. And the final product should be something creamy, not super thick, and nice bright green. To store, you can grab a mason jar like this, properly sterilized with a sealed tight lid, and transfer your pesto to it. Be careful with the blades, they're very sharp. Scrape off everything from the blades. And transfer to a jar. Take a spoonful of this, mix with some balsamic vinegar and olive oil for a nice salad dressing. You can also mix it with some mayonnaise for a beautiful aioli to put on a focaccia sandwich, for example. Or in a cream sauce, have a spoonful to finish. We did that yesterday with my wife and had a delicious gnocchi with some fresh vegetables in it. So to prevent it from rusting in the fridge, as it becomes in contact with oxygen, it tends to brown a bit. Have a little bit of olive oil on top right before you close it. And it keeps for a few days. Lid on it and store. And there you have it, basil pesto. Enjoy.